Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Ayan. So today, I'll be giving you updates coming from the Department of Education and some concerns and issues related to Department of Education. At isa sa mga i-discuss natin dito is itong DepEd Memorandum Number 14 Series of 2020 o yung tinatawag natin na Interim Guidelines on the Preparation, Submission, and Checking of School Forms. Kasi papalapit na po yung ating closing and we need to prepare these forms kung ano po ba yung dapat natin i-prepare. So, throughout this video, you can actually know and you will be informed what are the things, especially forms that you are going to prepare. At dahil dyan, shall we start? Ayan. But before that, you are going to be oriented about the implementations of the memorandum and of course to clarify, discuss the issues and concerns in the implementation of the said memorandum. So ito po yung madidiscuss natin throughout this video. Ayan. So, you would also be shift in distance learning modalities entails changes in school operations, consultations with feedback from teachers and school heads, and support to BE LCP implementations. Ayan. So, you are going also to establish the clear guidelines for the preparation, submission, and checking of school forms for this school year, and of course, gather more than those data that are important and relevant to the school given the outgoing health crisis. Ayan. So dahil dyan, shall we start to discuss the DepEd Memorandum Number 14 Series of 2021. So, school form or the preparations and submission of the school forms, we will first start with the School Form 1 or yung tinatawag natin na SF1 or yung school registry natin. So, dito, we need to understood that these are the things that we need to remember. Additional data elements for learning modality shall be added in the existing SF1. So, kailangan po may column doon or may data doon about the learning modality. The learning modality shall be updated whenever the learner shifts from learning modality to another. So, like for instance, for the first semester, so we do the modules and then pag dumating yung second semester, so nag-iba naman yung modality. So, dapat updated din yung learning modality. And then, the end of each quarter, the updated modality shall be generated through the Learner Information System or the LIS as the official quarterly enrollment count per modality. Yun na po yung magiging official counted numbers natin per quarter sa LIS. And then, of course, the age to be recorded in the form is the learner's age by October 31, 2020. So, yun po yung i-record natin when it comes to the age of the learner. So, ito po yung format o yung features ng School of Form 1 or yung SF1 natin or yung school registry natin. So, kung makikita ninyo, so kailangan magiging ganito na po yung feature ng inyong magiging SF1. Ayan. And of course, the second form natin is yung School Form 3 or yung SF3 or yung books issued and returned, because as of now, in Sarangan, especially in Sarangan and other municipalities and other division, using the last or the learning activity sheets in other division or still use the modules, so you can actually allow the students to borrow books. So, kailangan makikita din doon sa SF3 kung ano yung mga books na napahiram or na-issued and then the dates of the return. Ayan. If the school is releasing books and the other learning materials to learners, SF3 may be used. Ayan. This form can also be utilized to record the distribution and retrieval of the learning modules. And then in using SF3 for the recording and monitoring of the modules, and the title of the book shall be replaced by appropriate reference or code or the title of the module being issued or distributed. So, napakaklaro po dito sa guidelines po ng ating SF3. Ayan. So, ito po yung feature ng ating SF3 or School Form 3 natin. So, kayo na po ang bahala on how you are going to make your SF3 na nandoon po makikita yung book issued and returned. Ayan. The next form natin na ipiprepare is yung tinatawag natin na School Form 4 or yung SF4, yung tinatawag natin na Monthly Report of Learner Movement and Attendance. So, you can actually do the attendance whether it is online, text brigade, in any form of communications to your students na dapat siya ay actually present during your discussions or your classes. Ayan. So, instead of the monthly submission of the District Division Office, School Form 4 shall only be submitted quarterly. So, quarterly po sinasubmit yung ating SF4. And then replace the column, ito po yun siya, replace the column for dropout with no longer participating in the learning activities, NLPA. So itong NLPA is a status of learners whose parents or guardians or even the learner has failed to communicate or has not made any efforts to contact the class advisor for at least 7 consecutive weeks. So yun po yung magiging column na tinatawag natin for dropout. Ayan. And then additional data fields for mortality and death. So ito po yung tatandaan natin on how to prepare the SF4. So ito po yung format ng ating SF4 or yung monthly learners movement and attendance. Ayan. The next one, form that we're going to prepare also, especially kasi yung ating mga schools, yung ating mga department heads or yung ating mga master teachers, of course, yung principal natin, naghahanap talaga sila ng ganitong mga form for the checking. O yung SF8 natin, yung basic health and nutrition profile. Parents or guardians may be administered the actual measuring of the weight and the height or yung body mass index, and so to submit the reading result to the class advisor. Updating of SF8 through the LIS facility is highly encouraged for elementary grade levels but not mandatory except for the learner recipient of any program promoting health and nutrition for the junior high school and the senior high school are not required to accomplish SF8 and update the BMI in the LIS. So bakit elementary lang? Because our DepEd is actually implementing the feeding program, especially in elementary. So, kailangan talaga ma-encode or ma-update yung kanilang mga status about height and the weight of our students. Ayan. And then indicate the bottom part of each column in learning modality being adopted in each quarter. And the last is the character, traits, and core values portions of SF9 are not required to be accomplished. Ayan. So, ito po yung atang format ng ating school form 9 or the progress report card. Ito po yun siya. Ayan. Ayan. And then, we have this SF10. Ayan. Ano ba itong SF10 natin? Yung SF10 natin is actually yung permanent record. SF10 shall be prepared at the end of the school year. So, napaka-dali lang po nito. Okay? So, at the end of the school year, for grades 5, 6, we're still using the Form 137. Instructions for SF9, character traits, and core values shall be applied. Ayan. And then the school form 2. Ano ba itong school form 2? SF2. Ito yung ating daily attendance. So, ano nakalagay dito? Teachers or advisors may choose an applicable learning attendance conversion tool locked that can be considered in checking the learner attendance in Annex 2, the SF2 that are already prepared by teachers for the first 2 quarters shall be adopted without any further. Hence, the adoption of locked in Annex 2 is only applicable and should only be used for the 3rd and 4th quarters for this school year. Ayan. A learner can only be considered dropout if no longer participating in activities, if he or she and his or her parents are actually voluntarily withdraw from schooling, or he or she incurs the absences for more than 20% of the prescribed number of the class or laboratory periods during the school year or semester as per DepEd Order Number 8, Series of 2015 is concerned. Reporting cut-off date for enrollment count is as of October 9, 2020. Ayan. So far, those are the things that are actually needed to be checked when it comes to the preparations of the school form. So, later on, we will discuss what are the things that we need to consider. But as of now, those are the forms that we need to prepare during that checking. So, watch out for the next part of this video. Thank you so much for watching. God bless everyone.